Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Playbook, your living laboratory on modern influence and what's actually moving the needle today. So today I want to talk about something that I think every business, whether you're a personal brand or a big B2B company or you're a CPG company has, and that is this question of, do we have to all become content creators? Do we have to all do social media? It's like the pain of existence unless you are already doing tons of it and it's really working, great. But if not, do you actually need to become a content creator? Do you actually have to hire a team to create content and repurpose it on every platform? Honestly, the answer is no. I'll say sorry to all the fans of Gary Vee. I love Gary Vee, but that is one thing I highly disagree with. You do not have to become a content creator. In fact, I think that becoming a content creator, when I say content creator, I mean like social media, digital, YouTube, Instagram, podcasting, all that stuff, actually will take away from what you're trying to do, because time is the most valuable currency we have. And if you don't love it, if you don't really have a thing you really want to talk about, or you don't really think you're creating value, to create content is a full-time job. It's a lot of work to do it well. And to do it well, you have to do it consistently. You have to have constant visibility. So now it's like, well, great, but how do I get that visibility? Well, there's already so many people out there creating and companies developing incredible content. Why have to develop more when you could align, you could partner with those who are already creating great content and create some sort of partnership? This week, I'm going to talk about one tangible thing that almost every business has, and that's physical space. So if you have a space, whether you are a retail store, you're thinking, yeah, that's sexy. So like a retail store, a restaurant, that's pretty cool, right? But even if you're a B2B or the boring office and confused clients, or you are a personal brand, an expert, a consultant, a thought leader with a spare room or an empty garage that you could completely outfit, you have a space, you have something to offer. You can create a ring light, you can create a space for creators to create. You don't have to create more. Okay, great. You're thinking, how does that benefit me? Well, there's ways that you can bake in your brand in various different ways, from your logo, your brand message, baked into the content, as that's make it part of the deal. It's simple. So here's how. I have a total of 7 extremely tactical things that you could do. And I'm going to go through examples, whether you're B2B, whether you're a personal brand, whether you're a CPG, you're a retail company, so you can kind of see how to put this into practice no matter what kind of business you run. This week, I'm going to start with 3 because I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want you to remember them. So here we go. Number 1, segment swap. So this is, think about a podcast or a YouTube video. You know when they interrupt you like 5,000 times and they say there's a 30-second spot brought to you by blah 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 Dropbox that stores all your files, it's like the next best thing, it's like better than sliced bread. Okay, great, cool. You can do this, but instead of sponsor fees, you're providing the space, you give them the blurb to say about your brand. So for example, if you're a B2B bank, just have to make it part of the deal that thank you so much to Colton Bank for providing the space today. They do an incredible job helping small businesses safe and smoothly scale their growth, and you will work with real humans, not just software. Boom. Now your brand has been mentioned. You're visible. They know what you do. They know how you do it. They know where to find you. Done. Okay. Number 2, branded prompts. This one gets even a little more infusing of your story. And this one I like because it's like somebody else talking about you versus you talking about yourself. So you can build in a prompt, maybe write it on a whiteboard in the space or an overhead or an index card, and just some kind of prompt or question for the creator to answer or to pose. So for example, if I'm a personal brand or I'm an expert in AI, like my friend Dan Nessel, and he's providing the space, the prompt might be something like, what is the daily task that you would most like AI to be able to replace for you and why? And then please answer and tag Trending Communicator, which is Dan's podcast, his LinkedIn, his video, and tell me why. Well, then you've got the creator talking about the brand. Now you know exactly what he does. You're referring to an AI expert. They're having to check them out. You're getting leads, and it is baked right in. Number 3, a feature wall. This is like a gamifying. This is like how humans are just naturally competitive. I'm going to use a fitness studio for an example of this one, or a gym. There's millions of them always trying to grow, and everyone wants to be like the CrossFit or the Barry's boot camp of fitness and go viral and have everybody talking about them. Well, one way to do it is invite creators into the gym, into the space, and make it a really simple challenge, which is something like 3 rules: tag our brand, mention our philosophy, strong over skinny, and maybe one other thing that is important. Maybe you want a certain hashtag or whatever. Okay, great. Very simple. Then you make it a competition. So let's say at the end of the week, the creator who has the top content of the week gets free classes, mentioned in your newsletter, and maybe it's the post printed out and put in the gym lobby or check-in so that every member walking in also sees your brand and your post. So it's a really mutual win-win, right? People like to compete. They want to be part of something. And then at the end of the week or month, knowing here are the top performers, like, oh, was I a slouch again? So those are my 3 tactical tips for this week, which are segment swaps, branded prompts, and feature wall. Now I'm going to have 4 more for you next week that are even more, I would say, strategic. But I think this is a great start. Simple doesn't mean easy. It means you actually have to do them. But the bottom line is you do not have to become a content creator. Partner with someone that is already creating content. Create a value exchange. Everybody needs something. You might have that something that somebody else doesn't have or can add more value. So if this kicks something for you or sparks something in you, or you're trying to figure out what to do, please leave a comment below or DM me a picture of your office, maybe your boring office, and I can brainstorm what to do with it. And please, it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe to my channel and comment below. I read and respond to all of them. Thank you for joining me on Amanda's Playbook, where we talk about winning brand strategies and make them look less like rocket science and more like cheating on a test. I'll see you back here next time.